Andy Cohen is panicked over the pause for Real Housewives of New Jersey. Time sure flies by. Can you believe that it has been almost a full year since Bravo decided to cancel the season 14 Real Housewives of New Jersey reunion? After the cast had spent most of the season filming in two very separate groups, the network decided to keep them divided for a final viewing party instead of a moderated reunion with Andy Cohen. Since then, casting rumors have popped up almost weekly, and they have always been shot down by Andy himself. Now, a new report from the National Enquirer says they've hit the panic button. The last thing Andy wants is another RHONY-style reboot disaster, but the current cast, it's not working, and they know it. There were previous reports of Bravo considering rebooting the whole franchise like they did with Real Housewives of New York, but that franchise is also now on a bit of a pause. While some fans took to the new cast, many of the diehards left when their old favorites were sent packing. Bravo is said to be learning from its reboot mistake and isn't about to make it again with Real Housewives of New Jersey. The network recently confirmed that a new franchise, Real Housewives of Rhode Island, is on its way. Andy Cohen told E! News that the casting is reportedly very Italian, leading some fans to believe that this may be a successor to RHONY. Andy Cohen says Bravo loves the paused franchise. Cohen recently appeared on an episode of The View, where he gave an update saying, "We are doing casting on Jersey. It was really on a deep pause, and we are actively there, casting and looking at the future of what that will be." He then tried to convince longtime fans not to worry over the potential changes, saying that he and Bravo believe RHONY is a great franchise and we love it. Every member of the current cast has publicly expressed interest in returning, but they're still not all willing to work together again. Melissa Gorga, who has been entrenched in a years-long feud with her sister-in-law, Teresa Giudice, is finished with the toxicity. "Because of all the rumors that are out there, I am fully prepared for anything," Gorga said on the Two T's in a podcast. "I think I would realize that Giudice and I are two extremely different characters." She continued, "So if Bravo decides to go that route and kind of the darker, whatever it is, route, then I need to say, that is not a show that I want to be on anyway, which it truly isn't. I do want to be on RHONY. I do not want to be on that toxic sh**, so as long as she is there, and that whole thing would come back, I wouldn't find it as a loss." Andy Cohen may have built an empire out of catfights, table flips, and designer confessionals, but even the king of Bravo is not immune to the chaos behind the curtain. As news broke that the Real Housewives of New Jersey is being put on an unexpected pause, sources close to Cohen say the executive producer is more than a little rattled. He's downright panicked. The word pause used to be a euphemism for "you're fired," one Bravo insider jokes, but this time it's bigger. It's not just one housewife. It's the whole show, and that has Andy worried. The drama began brewing behind the scenes after season 14, wrapped with what one insider called a deeply fractured cast, a scorched earth reunion, and zero resolution. For longtime viewers, this might sound like business as usual in the Garden State, but apparently even Bravo has its breaking point. A house divided. The heart of the problem is the cast's refusal to film with one another. Teresa Giudice and Melissa Gorga, sisters-in-law turned sworn enemies, are reportedly done pretending. There's no more fake brunches, no more awkward parties. Teresa won't even say Melissa's name, a source close to production revealed. And without a central storyline to tie the women together, the show has lost its once golden touch. Enter Andy Cohen, who is said to be frantically working behind the scenes to salvage one of Bravo's crown jewels. He's not sleeping, another source claims. He's on the phone with producers, talent, and network execs trying to figure out if there's any way to reboot the cast without losing the fans. And there's the real dilemma. Can RHONY survive without its two Warren? Season 14, while packed with Bravo-style fireworks, saw a dip in ratings. Cohen, who has publicly defended the franchise in countless Watch What Happens live segments, now faces a tough reality. Unlike other cities where rotating cast members has kept things fresh, New Jersey is anchored by history, decades of feuds, family drama, and deeply personal wounds. To wipe the slate clean would be like rebooting The Sopranos without Tony. Still, it's not just about ratings. According to insiders, Cohen has a personal attachment to the franchise. Andy has always had a soft spot for New Jersey. It's the most emotional, the most raw. He's heartbroken that it's gotten to this point. Even more telling, he's been spotted taking meetings with former cast members like Caroline Manzo and Jacqueline Loretta, names that haven't been in the opening credits in years. He's trying to pull off a nostalgia reboot, another source claims. He thinks the only way to fix this is to bring back the OGs. A pause or a premonition? For fans, the word pause has become a loaded term ever since The Real Housewives of New York City was put on hold and eventually rebooted with an entirely new cast. Could New Jersey be headed in the same direction? Cohen's panic isn't just about this one show. It's about what it could mean for the franchise as a whole. If New Jersey falls, what's to stop other cities from collapsing under their own interpersonal warfare? Privately, Cohen is said to be exploring every option. There's talk of a legacy series for former cast members, a spin-off for Teresa's next chapter, and even a behind-the-scenes docuseries exploring the making and unmaking of RHONJ. He's throwing everything at the wall right now, one exec shared. The pause might be the calm before a completely new Bravo storm. Bravo, betrayal, and big business. Behind Cohen's signature smirk and quick wit lies a man facing the challenge of evolving a network built on conflict in a time where even drama has diminishing returns. The Housewives are no longer just reality stars. They're brands, entrepreneurs, and tabloid fixtures. And with that visibility comes power, demands, and often a refusal to play nice for the sake of TV. Andy used to be able to mediate these feuds with a cocktail and a reunion couch, says another Bravo source. Now the fights are too real, too deep. These people aren't just arguing over gossip. They're dealing with lawsuits, marriages on the brink, and families torn apart. And that's not something you can solve with a cleverly edited flashback. What's next? So what does a pause really mean for the Real Housewives of New Jersey? Officially, Bravo is calling it a temporary production reset. Unofficially, it's a last-ditch effort to avoid a messy public implosion. Andy Cohen, for all his charm and confidence, is in uncharted waters. For years, he's joked that he's the Housewives whisperer. But now, even he admits that the whispering isn't working. Fans have already begun theorizing online. Will Dolores Catania be the one to pull the group back together? Could Danielle Cabral be elevated to center stage? Is there hope in a total recast? Whatever happens, Cohen knows one thing for sure. He can't afford for New Jersey to fail. It's not just a show, he reportedly said during a recent internal meeting. It's Bravo's backbone. It's family. Dysfunctional, dramatic, and crazy, but still family. As Bravo weighs its options and the future of RHONJ hangs in limbo, Andy Cohen will continue doing what he does best, pulling the strings behind reality TV's most enduring soap opera. Panicked or not, he's not ready to let this Jersey drama fade into TV history. Not without one more epic comeback, or maybe even a table flip for the ages.